Joining us on CDGATV is two-time U.S. Open champion Andy North, in town for the inaugural Chicago Adaptive Open. Andy, thank you for taking the time to come to the event and then sit down with us here.
This is a pleasure. It's nice to be back in the Chicago area again, and Adaptive Open is fantastic. The CDGA, what they're doing with those guys, so it's fantastic.
Building off that, why was it important for you to come to this event? Well,
I think, first of all, to go back a little bit, I'm a new member of the USGA Executive Committee, and the Adaptive Open was really a huge event for us last year, and really it was so well received, and the USGA people that were there said it was their favorite event of the year. So when we found out that CDGA was doing one here, it made sense, and I think it's fantastic to give these great athletes their stage, and it's really cool to see how well they can do it.
Cog Hill, the site of the inaugural event. I know in speaking with you earlier, you said you have some familiarity with the Gemsek family and the course and everything along those lines. So what makes that particular venue suited to host this event?
Well, I think, first of all, what the Gemsek family have done for golf in the Chicago area is amazing. Their reputation as operators of public facilities is absolutely the best. And, they've got so much history in the Chicago area in golf. It's you can't talk about golf here without Joe Gemsek's name coming up, and now the rest of the family is really deeply involved. So it's a great facility. What they've been able to accomplish here, upgrading the facility year after year, and to me, the adaptive event here probably makes more sense than any place else. It's all about Chicago golf here, and what they've been able to do. So it's great.
We'll talk about your amateur career in a second, but what memories do you have about your professional career as it relates to golf in the Chicago area?
Well, first of all, playing all the Western Opens for years was fantastic. We've had a couple of U.S. Opens in town over that time. I never could figure out this place. It was too hard for me. I couldn't drive the ball in the fairway enough times, but I struggled around here. I don't know what my actual record was, but I never had a chance to win the Western here. Came closer at Butler and some of the other places, but it was an event I always wanted to play well in, and didn't get it done. That's always a little disappointing. After having good success at the Western Junior and the Western Amateur, you'd like to kind of gone for a giant three-peat if you could, but it didn't work out that way.
You mentioned your recent appointment to the USGA board. Why was that something that you wanted to pursue?
Well, I think the history that you've had in the golf business over the last 50, 60 years. The USGA, the Western, they were my two favorite events that meant the most, and to be more now involved with the USGA on an executive committee standpoint has been really fun, and hopefully I can lend a little bit of expertise and knowledge to that group, and so far so good. They haven't kicked me out, so I've been to a couple of meetings and I'm still there, so I think that's a positive.
That's good. As an allied golf association of the USGA, the CDGA is obviously very intertwined with the USGA and carrying out a lot of the initiatives at the local level here in the Chicago district. From what you've learned so far, how important is that kind of relationship to the overall golf landscape?
I didn't really realize how connected they were and how important. The USGA can come up with a lot of great ideas, but you've got to get it done at the local level, and I think that's the relationship is, in the last 4 or 5 years, is different than it used to be. I think under the leadership we have now, we understand how important the local organizations are, and from running tournaments, setting up qualifiers, to handicap system, all the things that get done are so important for us at the major level that it's nice to have great relationships locally.
Mm-hmm. Shifting gears, I know there's a project that you're really excited about with your Northway Technology Group. If you can just tell us a little bit about that and what you've got going on.
Well, basically, it's technology, which I'm scared to death of. I'm still the old guy that's kicking the kids off of the front yard, that kind of deal. But we think it's a golf app. There's a lot of them out there. We think it's going to change how the apps are looked at. It's voice activated using my voice. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it can help players enjoy the game more, get people to improve their games with this app, and have more fun playing golf. And that's the bottom line, is that you want to have people have a great time out here playing.
And talking with you and your team, I know you guys have kind of some guiding principles that you're using to develop this. Can you just kind of delve into those and what you really want kind of the end product to be and what they want the user to
I think the
experience?
bottom line is that so often you create technology just for technology's sake. We want this to actually improve the experience. You want to have people have more fun, enjoy the game, get better, and if all that works out, it's going to be a win-win for everybody at the end.
And then not only, I know, do you envision this, being used by golfers everywhere, but then maybe specifically adaptive golfers as well, in that, it has the voice function.
Well,
So
think about, there's a ton of really good players that are blind that are playing the game, and to be able to have something that help them yardage-wise and some things that you can't see. I think that the voice activated is a big deal for them. But again, what they're doing is amazing. You watch these athletes playing the adaptive open, the fact that these are unbelievable athletes, and what they're doing is incredible. To stand on the range and watch players, one-handed players, hit it exceptionally well. Players on one leg hit it exceptionally well, and all the other things that people have had to overcome to become players. And golf's a wonderful game to do that. They can do it forever, and it doesn't matter if you can hit it 200 yards or 300 yards or 100 yards. To be able to just get out there and enjoy it and have some fun, it's really important.
absolutely. So earlier we alluded to your amateur career. You grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, but there was a summer where you participated in some events here locally in the Chicago area, and you actually won a CDGA junior event, the CDGA match play. What do you remember from that?
That it was a long time ago, 1967. It was a long time ago. I was lucky enough that the gentleman that started me in golf in Madison got the head pro job at Barrington Hills, which is a wonderful facility on the west side of town, and I spent a lot of time down here. So, he was able to get me. I don't know if I joined the CDGA as a junior member then. I don't actually remember that, but I played in a few events over a few years and was lucky enough to win the match play at Crystal Lake, beat a lot of really good players. And, the quality of golf in Chicago back then, it was amazing how many unbelievable players. Joel Hirsch was just a little bit older than I was. That's the guy that kind of everybody looked up to, that was the godfather of great golf in town, and he's still around supporting a lot of great events.
Yep. And as we get ready to unveil the new Hansberger collection we have at Midwest Golf House, I understand that you're donating a club to us, from that era of your golf career.
Well, this is a little bit beat up. This is a sand wedge that I used back in that period of time. I dug around the basement and went through some boxes and stuff and found this. I thought that would be only fitting to donate a club that actually won a golf tournament here in the Chicago district, even though it was almost 50 years ago.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate the donation, Andy. Appreciate your
Thanks.
support, and we're
Appreciate
excited
it.
to have you in town this
Yeah,
weekend.
this doesn't look very new, pretty dynamic, but it still works.
You could probably still get up and down from anywhere.
I think we could get it out of a bunker if we had to. Thanks.
Yep.